3, 2, 1.
Good day everyone, GarageKing here, and today we are on cloud 9 because we have the July 2025 Snap-on Sales Flyer of the Month. And this dude, which looks like a tough dude, is saying, as soon as I saw it, I was blown away by the aesthetics and organization. It's a great way of starting with all the tools you need in one shot. So we're talking about some tool organizational stuff. And yeah, that guy, he's like, I wouldn't want to mess with him. Anyway, I'm a bit of a softie, but he looks like he's some tough dude. Anyway, cloud 9. It's a great flyer. Let's get right into it. So first of all, we have some tech essentials, and then we'll go over new products. So the tech essentials aren't on sale, but you know what? I don't want to leave any parts of the flyer out, so I just go over them very quickly. Anyway, there is the creeper, and the number for that is JWC67BL. Now it's $500, and honestly, guys, I think I paid around $350 for mine. Yeah, so here's mine. It's got all the, adjustments that you need. And as you can see, and there's the part number, so definitely the same one that's in the flyer, but you know what? I did not pay that kind of money for this one. I got this one on sale, and like I said, I think it was around $350, and I absolutely love it. It's probably the best creeper that I've ever owned. Next, we have a creeper brake. I guess if you're sliding around, pushing things, you can attach it to the creeper and stop yourself from going bye-bye. That is $155. Then we have a heat gun. I think it's too much, $188, guys. Electronic digital caliper, Blue Point, $150. Now, they say it's fairly accurate, but I mean, I don't know how accurate these ones are in general. But anyway, $150. Then we got some safety glasses for $30, a face shield for $50, chemical resistant apron. I love how they say it, larger size for extended coverage. Maybe that's just for the beer belly, but anyway, I love the way they say it. And then we got a nice dual light headband. That's $142. It is pretty bright at 425 lumens. And then here we have a feeler gauge set. Now, $165 each. I think that's highway robbery just for feeler gauges. I got some old ones, and anyway, mine aren't Snap-on. I forget who makes them. Maybe they're Hazet or something like that. But anyway, that's just a lot of money for feeler gauges. Now, let's get into the fun stuff. So, new products. So here they have some premium seats. So from brake and lifting jobs to vehicle wrapping and more, these new seats will keep you working all day. Comfort, they feature built-in strength storage, smooth caster mobility, and greater load capacity and stability. And here they're starting to appeal to, I guess, the car detailers, not just mechanics, because that one actually looks pretty nice and it's got like a little back piece for you, but it's $900. So, wow. And then here we got one, 18 inches, so it's a little bit taller. This one's only a foot. This one's a foot and a half. That's $815. Then we got another one, 26 inches, so a little bit taller again, $1170. This one's got a hydraulic seat. These two were fixed. This one's hydraulic. And now we got quite a bit bigger. We got 32 inches, so almost 3 feet. So that's quite tall, but I could see it coming in handy for sure, but $1,220? Now, I may have considered it, and you're probably wondering what the heck I'm showing you this for. Well, it's a clutch I'm doing, and here is the Snap-on seat that I bought, and this one, I really like it, and it was only like 200 something bucks, and it is awesome. And I didn't want to damage this, so obviously I have it on foam there, but it's just for a clutch that's going in a vehicle. And you can see just how nicely it spins. Moving down the page, we can see we have a 1 horsepower heavy-duty reversible 3-inch cutoff tool, $640. Now, one of the interesting things about this is it's a robust multi-directional gearbox, allows the cutting wheel to be run in either left or right. So this is the first time I've seen this where you can spin it, back, I guess, clockwise or counterclockwise, because mine only goes one way. And 1 horsepower is pretty good, but you would still need about 90 of these to be equivalent to one of these engines, because this engine is only about 90 horsepower. And here we can see we have a phone holder and kickstand. Now this may be interesting, phone not included, of course not, but I like the way this flips out because when I'm filming underneath the vehicle, this may be able to prop up my phone just on the right angles, especially if I'm doing like filming under a seat or something like this. So I actually might look into this. Here we have a demolition chisel. This is 224.50, 30 inches total diameter, and it's probably got a striking area on the back. I think that's just a lot of money. I know you're getting a lot of steel, but it's just a lot of money. Over here, we got a magnetic parts jar. I don't believe in this. I know they're $30 each, but I just think that's, you can see here, I have a little parts jar, sort of, well, not jar, but bin or whatever you want to call it right here. And it is full of junk. And then even over here, if we move these bearings, you can see extra bolts. So I just think this would get filled up pretty quickly. So I don't know how much value you're going to get in that. Limited time deal. So we got BOGO. So we got buy, get. So here we got a 12-piece 3/8 drive, 12-point metric flank drive deep set sockets here. $530, 8 to 19 millimeters. So when you buy those, you get the short ones or the shallow socket sets, or the shallow sockets, same thing, 8 to 19 millimeter for free, and those are worth $352. Now the problem is, does anybody really use 12 point? I don't know. I don't really use 12 point. I know there's a place for them. Some connecting rod nuts and stuff are 12 point on vehicles, but not a lot. So I don't know how many people actually use them. Anyway, those are the 3/8, and if we look down here, we have the exact same thing except in quarter drive. So here you get 5 to 14, and those are the deep, $435 you're gonna pay, and then you're gonna get the shallow ones, 5 to 14 millimeter again, for $304. So I like this because it's metric. You know, there's a lot of metric out there, and I don't think you would use 12 point in Imperial. I just don't think you would really use it. But anyway, that is the sockets, the BOGO. So not too bad. Now the fine print does say our 12-point metric socket sets are manufactured from special alloy steel for optimal strength and durability. So yeah, that's Snap-on secret sauce over there. What do we have over here? We have a scan to watch a video. You know what? If anyone actually wants to scan and watch that video, I have no idea what it is. I've never actually done it. So what do we have over here on sale? We have a 9-piece 3/8 drive, 12-point again. It's all 12-point. Anyway, metric flank drive shallow universal. So there's your universals, down from 816 to 653. So that's down quite a bit, and you get 10 and then 12 to 19. And you even get them in a magnetic storage tray. If we move down here, same thing basically, except it's quarter drive. But again, 12-point down from 416 to 332.80, and you're getting 5 to 15. But these aren't swivels. The first ones here are swivels. These are just your regular quarter drive sockets here. And these, by the way, I should mention, are semi-deep sockets. Now these ones, I need opinions on because I've never heard of these before in my life. It was the first time I saw them in the flyer. Let me read it out to you. So 12-point 3/8 drive, 12-point metric flank drive aerospace socket set. What the heck is that? They're not that much more. $360. It says meets AS 954 air requirements for aerospace. And you get 8 to 19 millimeters. Is this for people that are working way up in the atmosphere, you know, near the moon, you know, in Earth's orbit? I don't know. So I don't know. I've never seen these before, and I guess that's why I'm dumbfounded for words and I'm lost for words. So if anyone has ever purchased these or bought these, please let me know, because I'd be very interested to see what these are all about. Or are they just made to really tight tolerances or something? Heck, I don't know. Anyway, let's keep moving along here, folks. Limited time deals up next. So this is our 18 volts, get up to 100 with a trade-in. So it's not really on sale. They're guaranteeing you 100 up to 100 with a trade-in. 1/2-inch drive, Monster Lithium. You get it's $665. So it's got 470 inch-pounds of torque, so 53 Newton meters of torque output, and it's got 2 gearbox speeds, and it is a drill, hammer, and screw mode. So it's got all the modes right there. I have an old DeWalt one. Mine's a hammer drill, everything. It's pretty big, 1/2-inch drive, very similar, but mine's on its last legs, guys. And I don't know if you saw the smoke come out of it, but yeah, mine's definitely on its last leg, so maybe I should look into one of these. So if we slide over here, $50 minimum with trade-in. This one is just 3/8. That's the only difference, and it is tool only. 22 Newton meters of torque, 2-speed gearboxes, 9-position clutch to adjust for the application, $432. What do we have over here? We have the long neck here, and this is a right angle mini drill. Tool only for $510. They're giving you up to $35 with the trade-in. Power up, here's a starter kit. So they're actually selling the batteries right here. And there you can see $600. There's for your 18 volt. This comes with charger and 2 packs. 14.4 is $367. 2 packs and a charger. And if you're wondering, yeah, it is the same charger. The charger will do both size batteries. Let's pan down here. All right, now here we have not electric. This is air. So we're gonna have a lot more output here with air, I would think. $830, get up to 70 with the trade-in, 450 RPM, and 300 inch-pounds. And actually, that's less. I would think the air would be more, but here it says 470 inch-pounds, and here it's only 300 inch-pounds. So if anything, I thought the air would be more, but you know, I guess I was wrong. Slide over here, and you can see we have the 3/8. These are all keyless chuck reversible drill. This one here is 640, 2,500 RPM, and 50 inch-pounds of torque. My half-inch drill is not keyless chuck. Mine actually uses a chuck. Goes to show you how cheap and old it is. But I don't use it that often, and it still works. But it's obviously will never compare to a snap-on. Let's turn the page. Let's turn the page, everyone. All right, now this is what I want to discuss. It says, take a strategic approach to your tool collection. So here, what they are selling is they are actually, well, here's their two toolboxes. Each option, you know, option one, full with drawers, and then with double bank drawers. I don't even know what my toolbox would be considered. There's my toolbox. So mine's sort of a classic one. I mean, I guess that's a full length drawer, and then these are double bank. But anyway, this toolbox is a little older. But what they are selling is a whole bunch of this foam. So here, ultimate socket drawer. So 598 pieces, 87 pieces here for all of your ratchets. For your wrenches, here's a bunch of foam, 193 pieces, 65 pieces for your strikers. Screwdrivers are 143 pieces, and your pliers are 84. So just show you there how everything is supposed to fit so nicely. And there you go. I zoomed in with really good focus. But there's even the well, no, that's not the ratchets. That's the wrenches. Where's me here? I'm filming. There you go. There's what the ratchets look like, and that is quite the drawer. And I don't even know if you would use all of those ratchets. And if you look up here, I just use the plastic here, and then this is aluminum, which is pretty cool. So they're really pushing organization now, but the problem is the cost is probably astronomical. Like if you wanted to get all of these wrenches right here, I can only imagine what that would cost. Or, you know, all of these sockets, like that's just a lot of money. So I don't know how anyone could afford to fill a toolbox like this. I mean, you got to sell your house or something like this. Maybe a business owner could try to write it off, but for your average tech or like myself, like there's just no way. And we try to organize as best we can. I think I did a pretty good job at my pliers. This is my drawer right here. I mean, these ones are kind of big, and maybe I should find another home for them, but I bought these just on Amazon, these wire things, and it does hold the pliers, you know, fairly good. And then in this drawer right above it, I keep my snap-on ones, the ones I use all the time. And the only foam that I really have are these ones, which are great. I got them on Amazon just for pulling out fuses and stuff like that, because I really like the angle. But other than that, that's all the foam I have. Everything else is just wires. Whoops, I lied. I do have a little bit of foam, and that's for the sockets right there. Oh gosh, and I'm missing one. I'll have to find, I was working yesterday, and I better be able to find that one. And yeah, you're right, if you're guessing, that's the 10 mil. Ha! And there it is. Don't want to lose that. All right, so let's turn the page. Next up, okay, we're gonna talk about these a little bit. So here we have some lights. So we got digital, classic, and cord-free. So there's three main styles, and you can see here, these ones have sort of a certain type of clip on the back. If I'm zooming in here right there, you can see that type of clip, which is this type of clip. So they just clip on, you know, anything. And then you have sort of the big clips there. So letter A, now this is the digital display circuit tester. That's this one right here. It does work really, really well. Like I do really like it. I keep it clean, obviously, but I do use it. But to be honest, I don't use it that much, but I do really like this one. And I didn't pay that amount of money for it. And I'm wondering how fast snap-on tools are going up in price. So it's July 2025. And if we look at the December 2023, which is basically, I guess a year and a half ago, we found that, you know what, it is in this flyer right here. So if we go H, we can see it is $129.95. So if we do the math on that in a year and a half, it's only about 5% inflation. So that begs the question, are snap-on tools really getting that much more expensive, or are other tools getting cheaper? Anyway, something to think about. So what are the prices here? So then we have the regular circuit tester here. Well, this one's 24 volt, that's $200. And then letter C, which should be down here. This is the basic one. I think everyone needs it. It's $84. Here's mine. It is really old. It still works fantastico, but you can see it is yellowing, but hey, you can still see it when it glows. So I absolutely love this one. It was one of my first purchases as a tech, and I'll always have it. So anyway, that is a really cool one to get. It's still, I know it's expensive, but 84 isn't gonna break the bank. That's a good one to get. What else do we have here? We have your classic bulb tester here, $80. And the difference between these classic and here the 80 and 84. It's just the type of clip you want in it. You can see there, one's got that type of clip, one's got that type of clip, but it's pretty much the same test light. And then we got our classic red one there, our 3 to 24 DC volt cord-free tester. That is $90. So if we look at F, that's right there. I don't own one of these. If anyone owns one of these and it works really well, by all means, let me know, because this would come in really handy under the dash when you don't have to have a wire. And then here is another one, G, 3 to 24 volt cord-free tester again. And that one is right there. So you got two. Actually, I think I like F better than G, and F is the cheaper one, but I would have to get some advice from you folks that sort of use these a little bit more than me, or have used these, because my only experience is with the classic one and the digital one. Those are the ones that I use. All right, let's pan down here. What do we have here? We have a high power butane torch for $137. I still just use one of these cheap ones. And then down here we have a mini butane torch. Now the mini one might be good because the other ones might get a little bit too big. But anyway, the mini one, there you go. You can see there's a price, $70. Over here we have soldering iron kits. So here's one for $274. And that's a whole kit. Includes attachments for soldering, hot air, hot knife, and plastic welding. So you get like a whole kit. Now this thing here, this soldering clamp, I know it's $144. I think I might just have to break the bank and just buy it, because I see it all the time. These are spring loaded. It holds, wires together when you're trying to solder them. And I think this is just a really good thing. And this may be gone up more than inflation. It used to be around $120 on sale. Now it's $144. So it has gone up. So I might just have to get it before it hits $200. I don't know. And then here we have a magnetic holder for soldering clamp. So this is just a holder, and that's $34. All right, what do we got next? Let's move these lights out of the way. The best of both worlds. What could Snappy be bringing us? More BOGO. So this is the second page of BOGO. Torx, so 12-piece combination drive Torx bit standard socket set. So this $620, you're getting a mixture of both quarter drive and 3/8 drive, and you're even getting the FTX 47E GM style driver. So they include that one as well. $620, so you buy that, and what are you gonna get? You are going to get your 12-piece combination SAE hex driver bit socket set, and that it is worth $451. And again, you got both 1/4 and 3/8 drive right there. So that's pretty decent. And actually, quarter drive all the way down to 1/16 of an inch is pretty decent. That, just so you guys know, it does look different and it's pretty small. I don't have the whole set, but I had to use the 1/16, and yeah, this is what it looks like. So it's really, really small one. Now, if you don't want the fractional hex bits, you can get the metric. So same Torx bit set right there for $620, just like above, but instead of the fractional sizes, you can get the metrics, which are worth $405. So you can get the metric ones. Let's turn the page, everybody. Let's turn the page. All right, so here we got time-saving damage control. All right, I've never used these fastener removal tools. Letter A, this is for multi-spline screw extractor set. It is $310. Includes 1/8 to 7/8 of an inch extractors in a storage tray. So I've never used these, but I have used these ones. And these ones, I don't know, these are no name and they work really well. And these are just reverse thread, and you get them on there with your impact. And then you have to use a vise to get the damage fastener out. But I find that these ones actually work pretty good. Next, if we go down the list, we have the RTD 48. So that is the master rethreading tap and die set. It is on sale for $241. I did buy one, and here's what it looks like. I got mine, I think, for under $200. You can see, obviously, I don't use all of them in here, but you can see certain ones definitely have wear, the ones that I've been using. It's a really good set, but you know what? I heard you can get it on Amazon, and it's made by Lang. So those of you that are watching, if you can confirm it's the identical set, I think it is, and it looks the same on Amazon. I don't know the quality, if it's the same as Snap-on, but it probably is. All right, next up here, we have a 13-piece 3/8 drive SAE metric twist impact socket set. Okay, now this is not shown, it's Blue Point, so I'll give you there, you can see there's the part number, and there is the price, and I think we have another Blue Point one, yes, not shown, and that's twist impact socket set. Let's go to the stuff that is shown up here. So if we pan up here, you can see here 5-piece 1/2 inch drive shallow twist socket set from Blue Point. That is letter D. If you're wondering what that looks like, that is these guys here. So those, you know, you hammer them on, take them off. And then what else do we have here? We have E, an 8-piece tap socket set. 121 rubber O-rings hold tap securely in place for use with ratchets. 121, that is what it looks like. I think these would come in super handy because a lot of times you just can't get that T handle in place. I happen to have one lonely guy here. This is not a snap-on, it's just an off-brand. And I think I should get a set because I do use this one, but the problem is because I only have one, I can only use it on like 1 or 2 sizes of taps. Next up, we have letter F, 25-piece extractor set by Blue Point, includes 5 right-hand drill bits. There you can see there's the whole sizes. I won't read them all out. And that is what that kit looks like. Let's pan down here. Letter G, we got a 3-piece screw removal set. 6772, used to remove damaged Phillips, Torx, Podsy drive, slotted internal hex, I guess just a bunch of different fasteners, and that's what that one looks like. That is that guy over there. Now let's move to the next page. Handle the heavy lifting. Now this, to be honest, I know there's no price, so it's probably quite expensive, but I would like to buy this for some of the work that I do in my garage. There you can see 8.5-inch low saddle height, and it goes up to just over 3 feet. So that is a lot, and I think it's really heavy duty. I bought this Harbor Freight one. It is not hydraulic. You just crank it up. You can see you put your 1/2-inch drive in right there, and you just twist it up, and it's a worm gear, and it goes up. I don't know what it'll hold, but it goes as low. The one thing I like, it is very low. It's just under 8 inches, about 7.5. So that's really good. And it goes up to about 3 feet as well, and has no problem supporting these old VW type transmissions. And believe it or not, when I was taking the transmission and the engine out of this Vanagon right here, it actually held it all together when I was bringing it down. Now, hopefully I can raise it all up, but we'll see. So that's going to be expensive, but I could see myself using that a lot. So let's turn the page, everybody. So that is it for the flyer of the month. They just have some promotional deals here. When you spend, you're going to have to spend a lot of money if you're going to get something like that. But anyway, that is it. Our summer is really almost half over, I guess. It's already July. So anyway, I'll see you in a few weeks for the August flyer. Thanks, everyone. If you have any questions, let me know. GarageKing over and out.